I'm Diego Navarro. I go to Riviera Schools, and I'm a senior.
Awesome. Thank you. What happened that made you realize you needed our service?
I was doing the COD Academy training, and I just wasn't improving. I was actually getting worse every time I would take the SAT. I don't know. My math was horrible, so I was like, I need to get a proper tutor.
When you say your math was horrible, like what was your situation? Was it that you had taken a PSAT or anything like that? Or
Well, yeah, like my PSAT score wasn't the best, but then as I was training for the SAT, I found that like I just wasn't grasping the concepts well. So then I would go in the SAT and then I would do bad.
did you take an SAT before you did our program?
Yeah, I took two. Yeah.
Oh, you took two.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember what you got on the math at least?
Like 540 and then like 560. But I got 560 first, so I like 560 and then 540. So I I did worse.
And what kinds of problems was it causing you?
Oh, I wouldn't have like the opportunities that I have to like go to. It's like I want to go to UF, so I would have no shot going to UF with that SAT score, for example. Yeah.
How about you, Mariana? Like what is it more than just you? Is it just the UF, the problems, or is there anything else?
No, I mean, I think that the more you take a standardized exam, right? So the concepts there are very broad, not necessarily what you have in a curricular activity at school. And you do worse, I think it makes a little bit of a dent in your confidence moving forward. So you need something to cut the cycle and start over again with a new approach.
Was that how you were feeling, Diego?
Yeah. I mean, because I would get my SAT scores back, and then I thought I did all right, and then I would open the score and be like, "Oh, I did worse now." So, also bright futures, I wouldn't have gotten bright futures
That's true.
if I had not done the course, and then yeah, also my confidence was low. I was like, I'm bad at it, and I didn't know what to do.
You didn't. I mean, what about like your situation in general, like or in math? Let's say, how were you in math back then?
I was all right in math. I mean, I was taking pre-calculus when I started taking the SAT, but then nothing of that came up on the SAT. So I was all surprised. I was like, "Oh, I'm learning all this stuff," and then nothing's popping up on the SAT. So
Yeah, it's pretty common. So I'm so used to that right now. I'm like, yeah, well, every time. So how'd you end up finding us?
through a friend, through Yamila, and then I started doing the course like that. Yeah.
When she told you about us, did you immediately want to work with us, or did you have any hesitations, or it was just like, nah, you were in?
I mean, I was in because I saw how hard she was working and like her improvements. So I was like, okay, this is legit. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, she went up like crazy, bro.
I know.
And then, all right, that's good. And then I remember this little friendly competition.
Yeah, that too. That helps too. Yeah.
That was really good. I got to make it like a program wide. I'm always a little hesitant about that. Like you have like a leaderboard. I'm like,
You'll
nah,
do like a stats leaderboard so like you're competing.
I can't. But I'm like, nah, I can't do that, bro. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if there's like a not names, but like an ID that so you know where you're at.
Yeah.
You don't know where anyone else is at, but you know that you're like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How would you describe our service to another student? What should they know?
Like you have to work really hard because if you don't put in a good amount of work, like you're not gonna get the results that you want. Um, like the program is really effective if you actually do the work and you sit down and like you commit to it, then that's the only way that it'll work. So yeah, that's the advice that I would give just to like to
Do your part.
yeah.
Just like how else would you describe the course in general?
Um like extremely helpful because it's not just an SAT course where it's throwing random problems at you. Like it starts you off by assessing your level of math knowledge and then like taking you from there. So it's basically a math class. That's what I like about it. That's what makes this different from other programs. Yeah.
All right, awesome. What was your expectation of the virtual group in learning environment, like before you started the prep?
I thought that like a lot of people would have their cameras off and it'd be like Zoom school, but I like how you make everyone like turned their cameras on, and I thought that was good. So I felt more interactive, and like how you call on people so people don't zone out or anything. So that was good. Yeah.
How about you, Mariana?
In terms of the Zoom virtual classes?
Yeah.
Well, the expectation, I'm not from that generation. So for me, I think that I am a more person to person. However, Diego did have initially an SAT tutor that came, what was it, twice, Diego? And then
Yeah.
he did not answer his phone ever again. So what I saw Diego do with you was very different, because it was you also doing the problems with them helps them grasp the concept in a step-by-step fashion. It's not the same to come into a house and say, okay, we're going to work on this workbook and you're going to do this problem to this problem, and then we're going to go through whatever you got wrong. You start at the foundational level and you work your way up at the same level and at the same time that they are doing it. So it's a very different mechanic way of thinking and teaching. So I said, okay, this is really working. Also, they do need to do their work, but you also keep them on their toes. Because I saw all the messages, and I know that, when he finished one homework, you would say, complete the next one, or the extra, or the super assignment.
Legendary
And
mode.
I recall that Diego says, oh yeah, I'll complete it. And you says, I want to see it. And I said, you know what? I like it. I love it, because it keeps them on their toes. So there's not a way of really slacking off. And if there's anything to improve the course, it's the English portion. And then you'll be like, okay, these kids are,
This is like the third person.
Yeah, because then it completes the pie, right?
Yeah, literally. Summer 2023, it's coming.
There you go.
All right, awesome. And thank you. That's great insight. So Diego, what ultimately, right, what result did we help you get?
I got a 730, but I started off at 540. That was my lowest, and then I went up to a 730. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro. You did that's not just that was a lot. I mean, that was really you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
The motivation was strong there from that friendly competition, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I couldn't get the 760. I did it in practice, but didn't happen in real life. It's all right though.
Oh, you mad. You
I
mad.
did it though. It didn't count.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, what has this result meant for you? What has it enabled you to do?
It's increased my confidence in math, that like if I really study something hard, like I can get better at it. Because I felt like I was such in a plateau. Like I felt like, oh, I cannot get better. Like I would sit down, do these math problems like in the book, like the self-study, and I just wasn't improving at all. So it taught me that I can improve in math, with the proper help.
And what school did you end up applying to now?
Mainly Florida schools like UF, FSU. But now at least I know that I have a chance of going to UF, which is the school that I want to go to.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I'm in the range now. I wasn't like far off now.
So, no, you're good now. That's good. Awesome. When do they tell you the results? Or not the results,
February 24th, I think.
All right. Fingers crossed, bro.
Yeah, we'll see.
And I guess so. Is there anything else we should know?
I no longer suck at the SAT. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.